Enid had their house to finish, but maybe that was the point of getting it built. At least she'd have some place to live while he was away. And even if the house didn't get finished, she could always stay with the family, and not as a servant. Some of his siblings still couldn't get over the fact that Wiley had married the family maid. Wellington brought Amos to a halt. "Done for the day?" Wiley smiled. "Preacher Joe was just telling me about this year's town picnic. We want to do something different and decided it would be fun to put on a play." "A play?" Wellington said in surprise. "Yes," Preacher Joe said. "We have the Christmas play every year. Why not a summer play, too? We could build a stage in sections and haul it wherever we needed." "So," Wellington hedged, "you want to do over 2 plays a year?" "Why not?" Preacher Joe said, beaming. Wellington cleared his throat and forced a smile. "What sort of play?" "I'll come up with something, and we'll start rehearsals right away." Wellington tried not to cringe. The last time Preacher Joe came up with a play was in 1852, if he was correct, and that same play was performed practically every year since. Oh, they'd done a few variations of it, but it was the same play year after year, decade after decade, which, he had to admit, the little town loved. Everyone had played a part in it more than once, some people a dozen or more times. They kept adding parts to make it more fun, and the play had been done as a comedy, a drama, a romance, and, of course, the traditional Christmas story. What was the town preacher going to come up with for this? He shuddered to think and wondered if Wiley was thinking the same thing. "I'm heading home," Wellington announced. He looked around, spied the family wagon, and nodded at it. "Are you coming?" "Yes, in a moment," Wiley said. "I want to check on the house first. Enid is there. Tell Mother we won't be too late." "I'll tell her." Preacher Joe patted Wiley on the back. "I'll see you tomorrow." They exchanged a wave before he disappeared into the church. Wellington trailed after his brother as he marched to the wagon. "The canyon looks good." "Yes, Preacher Joe rode out there this morning," Wiley said. "He wants to put the stage down the creek from His Majesty. There's a nice flat area he has his eye on." "I know the spot. It would be perfect. People could spread blankets or bring chairs. If we build a portable stage, they'd see it easy enough." "Exactly. We'll talk to Liam and have him draw up some plans. Preacher Joe still wants to have a backdrop and a backstage area for the players." Wellington gave him a nod. "So, the play?" Wiley shook his head as he climbed onto the wagon seat. "Don't start. Just let the man work on it. I suggested he ride out to the Jones Ranch and talk to Cuddy and Imogene. They're writers. They could come up with something fun." "You're right. Let's hope he does that." Wiley got the wagon, turned around, and joined Wellington on the road. "What day do Becky and Edmund arrive?" "Tuesday," Wellington said. "I can just imagine what they'll think of Clear Creek." "So long as they're not as bad as Mother's friends." Wiley shivered. "That was terrible. Until Enid and I got engaged in front of everyone." "Yes, that was spectacular, wasn't it?" Wellington smiled. Their parents' friends from New York came for Mina and Baird's wedding and caused quite a stir. Several wouldn't be invited back. They were cruel to Enid and convinced her she'd be better off leaving Clear Creek. Wiley stopped her just in time and proposed to her on the spot, with Enid's torturers looking on. It was justice at its finest. They rode down the street toward the Mercantile, and Wiley parked the wagon in front of the little house across the street from Grandma and Doc Waller's. Wellington knew Enid had been making curtains, and their cook stove had arrived by train today. "Care to come inside?" Wiley offered. "I suppose we have time, but I will not be late for dinner on your account." Wellington dismounted and tied Amos's reins around a hitching post. Wiley climbed down off the wagon seat. "You won't be." He opened the front door. "We still need to wallpaper, paint the outside, put in the windows, and do some finishing touches on the chimney."